How you doing today?
Well, how are you?
Wonderful.
Great.
So you are playing Jesse Owens in this huge film, a biopic. Talk to me about this experience and what it's been like for you.
It's been incredible. I mean, literally speechless from the moment I got this part, and I can't believe that it's landed in my lap. This great story of Jesse Owens and all the incredible things he accomplished, and how that's transcended and resonated for years down the road. 80 years later, we're sitting here talking about it now. So to me, it's just incredible. I have to pinch myself still.
Were you nervous kind of carrying the whole film?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little nerve-wracking. I didn't really look at it as, a film, me carrying the film. It was more about me carrying his legacy, and making sure that I was doing him justice and all the people who hold him at such a high pedestal, including his daughters. So that was probably the most nerve-wracking part of it.
Larry and Jesse had this beautiful relationship, which you guys tell in the film.
Mm-hmm.
There was a wonderful scene in the locker room where Larry literally gets him to hone in on his voice. Like, mine is the only one that you need to be paying attention to no matter what else is happening. Can you talk to me a little bit about that and what the lesson was in there?
Yeah, I think that that's one of the biggest lessons that Coach Larry tried to teach Jesse. Was despite all the things that were happening around him, if he loved, track, and if he wanted to be great at what it is that he did, he had to learn how to channel his energy and focus on, one specific thing. And, especially when you're dealing with something like track, you have 10, 20 seconds to make it work. It's not like, these other sports where you have so much time to make up your errors. And with track, it's such a slim margin of error. So I think that was one of the keys that he helped, teach Jesse, and that applies not only to track, but in life.
How many auditions did it take for you to get here?
One.
Really?
One audition, yep.
What would you tell, like, a little black boy who's dreaming of, like, carrying a biopic or being in a Hollywood film like this about, the journey?
That they just have to persevere, that they just have to continue to put everything into their craft that they possibly can. It's about art at the end of the day, and people will find you. People will find you when it's your time. If you focus and if you're prepared for the challenge, then when it comes, you'll be awesome. You'll be great, and you'll have a fun time with it, and you'll be able to learn a lot. And that's what I'm going through right now. Is just preparing myself to a level where I'm able to go into doing films like this and have fun with it at the same time.
Considering the recent Oscars So White hashtag and what's going on kind of with the dialogue between the lack of diversity with Oscars representation, what are your thoughts on that?
I think that those discussions are certainly important, very, very important discussions to raise and things like that. But for me, the biggest thing is, when people go see a film like Race, they're going to see how a man who, was essentially colorblind. He never saw color or he didn't see where people were from or anything like that. It didn't matter to Jesse. What mattered to him was running and the love for the sport. And Jesse was able to make so many friends by exuding that love. Even in Nazi Germany in 1936, he met one of his lifelong friends in Lutz Long.
Do you think that he would be impressed or dismayed by the progress that we have or haven't made at this point?
I think that he would certainly be happy about it. We've come a long way since 1936, but this film also shows why we can't afford to take any steps backwards. Why it's so important that we continue to build on things like this and continue to create stories or retell stories that show why it's more important, to unite us rather than separate us.
Are you impressed with your performance?
The daughters are, so I'm happy about that.
That's what everybody says. Whenever it's a biopic, they're like, if the family's happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, I think that it's great. It's it's certainly one of those stories that'll inspire people, I hope. And I'm so happy that, the family likes it, because if anyone, you want to make sure that they're happy, so I'm happy.
I agree with it. I thought it was a great film.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
Yes, congratulations.
All right.